Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. I've been doing some adventuring in between episodes here, and let me just take you through a couple of the fun times we had while you guys were away. So gather around the campfire, grab some snacks, and let's get into it. Alright, we just started off in our lake around spawn, picked up some of the double tall flowers we were missing, found some pumpkins as well. Then we just headed off a little further down the river and found our way towards a mangrove swamp, and look at this, we found these little cute frog guys, so we had to stop and have a little bit of a dance. Kept on going down the river, we eventually found the jungle, grabbed some cocoa beans, some bamboo, some watermelons, and then we found another parrot little guy, so we had to stop and have a little dance. Further down the river, found the best wood type ever, some spruce. So we chopped down some spruce wood, we chopped down some dark oak wood, we had a little dance party with some llamas, we had a little dance party with some chickens, and then we finally made our way back to spawn to put away our first stone and iron pickaxes, as well as our first piece of coal and iron. We'll make sure to bring back some more first as we go. And with a good bit of adventuring done, we decided to settle down and do some farming. First off, we wanted to tend to our new little wheat farm over here by the little lake, filling in some of the last sets of wheat seeds and hopefully finishing this one off. After that, we decided to go ahead and harvest some more sugarcane, chop down some bamboo, place some more bamboo, and place down the other saplings we have from our adventures. Alright, with some of that initial setup stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and... well, that's a little unfortunate. Oh shoot, that's a thunderstorm, we gotta go to sleep. Whoa. That was a... well, at least the horse looks okay. Oh. Who invited these guys? Man, y'all derailing my intro so much. Anyways, pillager intrusions aside, let's go ahead and set out on our adventure. We do have one more wood type we need to collect. Alright, so sailing across the ocean, we kept finding a few shipwrecks on our journey. Look at that, we even found some of our coastal armor trim. Going a little further, we found some snow-capped mountains, which looked really beautiful, but more importantly, we found moss! So we just quickly hurried our way over here, punched out a couple pieces of moss, and then headed back towards the cliff. Now, similar to the last episode, I'm going to show you guys how scaling a cliff with a water bucket is super effective, in my opinion. We get up the cliff in no time, though did speed up the footage a little bit for you guys. Coming around the corner here, we find what we're looking for, the Pale Garden. I really love this new Pale Oak Woods, so we'll just go through this biome a little bit, see what we have to find. Look at the sky, the atmosphere is so cool in this biome, I love this. Alright, now it's turning night, so we'll definitely want to make sure we can find some place to sleep, or keep looking around for those creaking fellas. Alright, I'm not finding any creakings over here, so let's just keep adventuring our way around. Looking for some things over here, nothing yet. Just bridge across real quick. Hey, made the jump. Oh, I thought that was it for a second. Oh, that's a nice little cave. Not what we're looking for, though. Ah! Oh, it's just snow. Okay, that's cool. Snow. We love snow. Oh, there he is. Okay. Just smack this guy a couple times, figure out where his tree is. Take me to your leader. Okay, I think it's this tree here, but... ah! Skeletons! Okay. There we go. Oh no, he's coming. Let's just back up a second here, take care of these guys. I really don't want you on this tree with me. Is this the right one? Yeah, okay. So we'll just drop you down a little bit. Make sure you can't get up here. Oh no, he got up here. I don't like it here anymore. Okay, let's position you over here. Okay, that looks good. Drop you down right there. Alright, let's grab some of this resin. And then we should be good to just swing away. Yep, it's popping up some more resin. So let's just go ahead and keep smacking him, grabbing some of the resin. Okay, good. Oh no, I see you. Alright, let's try and juggle some of this here. So smack him a few times, block with a shield, get some resin, block with a shield. Ow! Smack you a few more times. There we go. Oh no, big mistake. There you go. Don't need you distracting me anymore. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take this resin and leave now. Thank you. Goodbye. Don't need you. Ah! Okay. Or just grab this and go. Ah, another one. And we're just gonna sleep that off and not deal with that anymore. Well, that's it. And if I remember correctly, with the resin we have, I think we can just go ahead and craft... Yep, there we go. We can just craft the creaking heart. I won't have to come back here again. So, we started going back across the ocean to head back home, and we found a ruined portal, so we decided to loot it here. Nothing super interesting, but we'll take the obsidian and the lodestone. Now, I also had a treasure map left over from one of the ruined ships that we found, so I wanted to explore this a little bit, dive down and see if we could find where that buried treasure was. Fortunately, it was sticking itself out of the ground a little bit, and hey, look at that, we found our first diamond. So we're going to safely put this in our bundle so we know that that's our first one, and we're very specifically avoiding that diamonds achievement until we actually mine our first diamonds. We'll break the chest so that any future treasure maps don't connect to that. And we'll go ahead and, through the rain, grab our boat and head on back home. On the way, we did find one little turtle friend, so that warrants one more little dance. And after we said our goodbyes, we went ahead and started walking back on towards spawn. Creaking jump scares aside, let's go ahead and work a little bit on upgrading our armor, and to do that, we're going to need to create our first mineshaft. So I already have a handful of stone pickaxe to get us started, some leftover wood to make sure that we can make some more picks on our way down, and I already got a spot picked out over here for where I want to place the mineshaft. And I think this is a good enough place as any to start. I like it being in the side of the mountain here. We'll make a nice little rustic mineshaft entrance once we get finished up here. Alright, I wanted to start this one off with a little bit of a time-lapse discussion and kind of walk through my thought process on creating this new mineshaft. In 1.18, they changed the ore distribution to different distributions based off of your Y level. So you'll see as I'm going down here, I'll create a couple of little flat areas at different elevations, and we'll create different main mineshaft branches off of those. So the first one would be at Y48, and I believe that is going to be good for copper and for coal. The next one is going to be down here at Y16, which will be good for iron, and we're already seeing a little bit of that. After that, we're going to do another elevation level on Y0. That one's good for lapis, as well as the different ores that are changing between the stone and deep slate layers. So hopefully we'll be able to find a couple of those down there as well. After that, we have our base bedrock layer, and that's going to be the best place where we can find diamonds and redstone. So hopefully with those 4 different main branches, we'll be able to pick and choose which resources we actually want to pick from when we decide to go mining. Alright everyone, I got some good news and bad news. Good news, we found our first diamonds. Bad news, we found some skeletons. Now that we got our first diamonds, there was one other topic I wanted to talk about. How I choose to play Minecraft. So, first off, when I generated the world, I had fire tick turned off. I, as a builder, like to make a lot of houses and stuff out of wood, and I have PTSD from when a woodland mansion caught fire and burnt down completely. Next change is Enderman griefing. I find their placing and picking up of blocks to be quite annoying and destructive in the world over time, and for a world like this, where I'm planning to spend a lot of time, I really don't want them cluttering up the place. Other than that, I do have a handful of client-side mods to kind of help my time and experience in the world come through a little better, and just kind of tailor the game to how I like it. I also have the flashback and free cam mod. That's kind of what you're seeing me use here to create those time lapses, and free cam is useful for showing off builds and stuff, and you'll be seeing more of that later. So all these client-side mods are mainly for helping promote my experience in playing the game, as well as your experience in watching the videos that I produce. Alright, we can't leave the mineshaft entrance looking like that, so we gotta go clean things up a little bit. Alright everyone, now that we got that mine shaft dug out a little bit more, I just want to come over here and drop off some of the rest of the deep slate. And next thing I want to work on is upgrading my armor a little bit. So I've been working on collecting some books. We already got some diamonds and obsidian from our adventures earlier. I think I'm just going to go ahead and craft out the rest of the books that I can here. And then we're going to start working on creating that enchantment table setup. And while I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've shown you my little setup over here. So this is just my little starter area. I always like to get a automated composter to throw in extra wheat seeds from the field. And I like to go ahead and get an automated furnace that I can just start to fill some sticks in if I had some extra sticks from the bamboo. And then just start organizing some of my chests. So here's a quick recap of all the resources we got. Been doing a lot of tree chopping off camera for some of our projects that we're going to have in the upcoming episodes. But for right now, I think we're going to go ahead and take 5 of our diamonds here, grab our last piece of obsidian and a book, and let's go ahead and create our first diamond pickaxe. Now let's go find that last piece of obsidian. And fortunately, I have this lava lake that's right over here from where we started, so we can just go ahead and grab a piece of obsidian here. Now, I could make you sit here and watch me break this, but I wouldn't do that to you all. Alright, coming back over here, we should have everything we need to create that enchantment table now. And let's go ahead and create some of those bookshelves. May have overestimated the wood count there. Let's go ahead and grab our lapis, some barrels, make our crafting tables, create a stone cutter. And we don't have enough iron yet for an anvil, so we'll work on getting that in a second. Alright, now we just need a place to put it. Love this little path next to the little lava pool. We'll definitely be taking the rest of that to make our nether portals later. But yeah, we got the mineshaft entrance done, and well, if you haven't figured out what this is for yet, this is where we're going to be building out our enchantment setup. We'll just go ahead and place down a lot of these here, place down our enchantment table there, and if we did our math correctly, we should be at level 30, and hey, look at that, we got Fortune 2 on the first roll. Now, I think I might actually pass on this. I know Fortune can be really useful in the early game, but I don't really want to settle for Fortune 2. I'd rather get Silk Touch or Fortune 3. So we'll keep re-rolling and hope for something better. And with our enchantment setup primed and ready, let's go ahead and get the last of those diamonds we're going to need. Hey, so I think that's the bottom of where our mine shaft is. That's where the furnace is placed. And then we're coming down here and we're getting to that deep slate and stone layer. I'm going to leave most of these ores to Silk Touch later. Ooh, diamonds. Oh great, that opens up even more than I wanted it to. Yeah, we'll just take a step back from that for a minute. And funny enough, I think those are the last 2 diamonds we needed. Yeah, these are my favorite blocks, the deep slate copper ore. Oh, these just look so beautiful in builds. Oh, looks like we haven't been this way yet. And of course it's a dead end. And another dead end. And let me guess, down here is going to be another dead end. No, looks like this opens up a little bit here. Okay. Emphasis on little bit. Oh, hello. Now, we'll leave him alone for now. And there's the dead end we were looking for. Alright, and looking at our clock, it's morning now, so let's go ahead and head on back now that we got some daylight to protect us a little bit. And there we go. Still see the pink clouds of the sunrise. We'll come back and mine out the rest of this later. Alright, home sweet home. Well, if you can call this that. There we go. Now we're up to 24 diamonds. That's all we needed for our full set of diamond armor. We got plenty of coal to last us a while. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our goods and head on over to the enchantment setup. Alright, and I've had some time to do some thinking. I don't think I want to take the Fortune 2. I know Fortune's really good in the early game, but I'd rather get Fortune 3 or Silk Touch. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and craft our diamond armor here. And let's see what else we can get. Unbreaking's okay. Unbreaking again. Respiration 3 is fairly good. That's going to be unbreaking as well. And again, don't really want the Fortune 2. Let's see. Let's go ahead and gamble with this. And yeah, that wasn't really great. Now we've got Aqua Affinity. Thorns, definitely not. Unbreaking again. And Fortune 2 again. I feel like you keep wanting me to get that Fortune 2. Yeah, I don't like any of these rolls here. So let's put everything away over here for now, and we'll come back when we got some more levels. Oh, so close. So we could go ahead and grindstone this off. I'm not too worried about that. There we go. Back up again. What do we get this time? Yeah, Protection 3. You know, I do kind of need to burn that enchantment, and seeing that the book was also Protection 3, this could be useful later on if we want to combine 2 Protection 3 enchantments together. That way, if we get a low roll on the enchantments for the armor, we can go ahead and combine those 2 together, and I think that'll be good. Alright, we got ourselves up to level 30 again, and I'm not liking the state of my tools right now, so I'm just going to come over here and take a quick look through everything again. And of course, we somehow managed to get Fortune 2 on the pickaxe for a 4th time, I think it is now. Honestly, out of all of these, I think I'm liking the Unbreaking on the sword for level 30. I think I'm just going to do one last level 30 for now, and then just do level 1 enchants on everything else to at least have some base level of enchantments and protection on everything. So let's just go ahead and do the level 3 here. Alright, sharpness 3, that's not too bad. It's not great either. And, of course, we still have the Fortune 2 on the pickaxe. And somehow the Fortune 2 returns yet again. We'll take the Efficiency 2, though. Alright, everyone. I think that's good for a base level of enchantments on everything. I'll just go ahead and scroll through these so you can see where we are. I don't feel too bad about these. We can disenchant most of these and get some better enchantments later. But for right now, let's just go ahead and suit up with everything. And yeah, this is where we're at now. So thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll continue working on grinding through some of the enchantments in between episodes. But until then, take care, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.